Coming to you from Little Rock, Arkansas, welcome to Sips on the Rock with Legacy Wine and Spirits. Join hosts and store owners Johnny Akins and David Bevins, along with product expert extraordinaire Jake Dell, as we chat about booze, news, and other happenings in the wide world of wine and spirits. Now, let's get to sipping.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sips on the Rock.
Heyo. Howdy. We sorry we were gone last night.
Yeah, sorry for our loyal listeners that we missed an episode.
Well, I love it because I've been around and heard multiple people ask, "Oh, how was your vacation?" You're like, "We were iced in in Texas."
Yeah, it was someplace you don't expect to get iced in. Of course, it picked the week that we were there.
Well, yeah, and I think that they actually had more severe weather than we did here in Little Rock.
Yeah,
and of course, Austin is even less equipped to deal with it than we are here in Little Rock.
I was just saying something.
It was actually funny. Like, there was a couple of days where we actually got out and looking for food or whatever, and the roads were not bad, but there was nowhere. I mean, like, no one that was out in Texas. It was it was really weird.
Yeah.
Well, there were 60,000 in Austin without power, and
is it kind of just like, even if there's even the threat, that's like, let's just shut everything down preemptively, and then it doesn't end up getting as bad as you think, and they had already canceled schools, businesses closed.
Right, pretty much.
We were down there visiting family, and cousin of mine, his wife was, pregnant as can be, so pregnant she actually gave birth last night.
Yeah.
But they were sitting in the house without power, and so we got in the Jeep and we'll bring you something to eat. The only thing we could find open was a donut shop.
Everything was closed.
Wow.
I mean, like,
fast food restaurants.
Yeah, everything was closed.
Nothing.
Everything.
And the roads were, passable.
Yeah, they were totally fine.
So, way to go, Austin.
Yeah.
And so, that was a major disruption in our trip. We didn't get to do any of the fun things we wanted, visit any distilleries or anything. We did go to a little local Texas winery.
I forgot about that. Yeah, we did.
They,
I heard it was somewhat forgettable.
Well,
actually, it was not bad.
It was a really pretty venue.
It was surprisingly.
And they source all their juice anyway. So, it was drinkable.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's local only. It's probably not distributed either.
Right.
Yeah, and they, of course, it was set in a vineyard, but they're not pressing those grapes.
Just for
show.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. Yeah, lots of fun. It's always fun to see different wineries, even if the juice doesn't come from there. So, anyway, that's enough about Austin and our
V-Day. We're going to kick off with V-Day.
Let's kick off with V-Day. So, like, when this drops on Tuesday, it will be Valentine's Day.
So happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
Valentine's Day. And what a lame day for Valentine's, Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I think some holidays should always be on a weekend.
Right.
All holidays.
Speaking of, what are you and the new missus? This is y'all's first Valentine's Day.
As a married
couple, yeah.
Wedded matrimony.
I don't know. We don't really go out on Valentine's Day because of the crowds.
Too hectic.
Yeah. So I might cook something at home, and we'll do a little gift exchange and have a romantic evening in.
Oh, that's cute. Is it going to involve tequila rose and 360 double chocolate?
Probably not. Probably not.
Well, so speaking of. Hopefully you're listening to this early enough that you can get out on Valentine's Day and get these awesome gift ideas or drink ideas we have for you guys today. One of which is tequila. I think that a long time ago, like maybe 10 years ago, we concocted this strawberry or chocolate covered strawberry drink with tequila rose and double chocolate vodka, double chocolate 360.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
360 flavored vodkas are very good.
They're
outstanding.
Awesome. Yeah. All the 360 flavors are like the peaches.
I've been recommending them for years.
Yeah.
If you're wanting flavored vodka, it's a great way to go.
Yeah.
And it's such, and this chocolate one in particular, it's such big chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't taste like syrup.
No.
Right.
It's like
really,
nice,
really good
full,
stuff.
Yeah.
And, tequila rose looks,
it has a connotation.
It does.
From years ago of being a value brand, if you want to say it like that.
But it's a strawberry cream liqueur, and
tequila based.
And I kid you not, mixed with that 360 double chocolate vodka, tastes just like a chocolate covered strawberry.
There you go.
So great little shooter or little sipping cocktail for your pre or post Valentine's dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Moving down the line, one of Johnny's favorites is that Rosa Regala.
Yep, sweet and slightly sparkling. So it's not overly.
Frizzante.
Yep, it's not overly sweet. I don't think, but it's also super good with dark chocolate. If you want to have some dark chocolate and a little sweet wine, it's good.
Yeah,
good pairing.
It's a great sparkling option for those that don't like a dry wine.
Mm-hmm.
And we like to talk about the correlation between sweetness level and alcohol, and that is 7% ABV. So lower than typical wines out there.
Much,
your normal.
By about half.
Say normal. yeah. About half of a Cabernet or something.
Yeah. Right. Really good stuff.
But it's not down at 5% like some of those that are mega sweet.
Mega sweet.
So yeah, there's tons of options available for any palate that you might have. Mm-hmm. Another new product we have in, which is actually really exciting, really good stuff. Kylie Minogue, you might remember from the 90s or from Moulin Rouge.
I loved it. I don't know if you watched yet. Yesterday, David and I were on TV again, doing a little local news style segment, whatever, talking about Valentine's Day stuff. And he talks about the Kylie Minogue wine, and it's a beautiful looking bottle. And he's like, yeah, she's a pop star. And then he's like, and then she had a cancer scare. And I was like, why are you talking about her getting cancer?
She overcame it.
Right.
She's healthy now. She's a warrior.
But it's funny when you're like on the spot, like something like that. You're like, oh, what else can I say? Well, she had cancer.
I was reading something else about her, and because everyone kind of, her name sounds familiar, but they can't really place anything. So, like,
a lot of people would know songs of hers
in the late '80s. She's the one that did the cover of Locomotion. Do the Locomotion.
Oh, I never knew that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that was like kind of her big break.
Yeah,
and then in the '90s, she had some really good music. There's an album I still listen to.
Dance type of club hits.
They wore that song out.
But anyway, she has a line of rosés out now. I believe that there's 3.
Well, that we got, it's a still rosé, a Provence French rosé, a legit, really nice, and then a Prosecco rosé.
Yeah. And they're
I think there was a third that was just a regular Prosecco that maybe we didn't get yet.
Yeah.
It's not here in Arkansas, but we have the 2.
Yeah, and it's not just another celebrity throwing their name on a product to make some money.
Trying to make a buck.
She's actually involved in the process, and this is really, really good juice.
Yeah, we were pretty impressed.
Little hearts all over the bottle. Yeah, for Valentine's.
Never seen that before. It's a really nice bottle.
The bottle, the glass itself. I don't know, you can't really see this.
Like embossed with little
covered in
hearts.
Yeah.
Get your heart on. Okay, so that's sparkling and chocolate covered strawberries. Another new product. This is there's a little bit of a backstory on this one. For years and years and years, everyone's been wanting Buffalo Trace bourbon cream. Buffalo Trace, very famous whiskey.
The whiskey's hard enough to get as it is. We get a case a month.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Please, you continue.
No, I was just going to say we actually went to Buffalo Trace a couple of years ago for a conference or something, and
that's cute.
And we got to try it there. It's the first time I'd ever had it.
Yeah,
we kept saying, "Why is it not in Arkansas?"
Yeah,
like, it's just we just don't have the demand for it. I guess I don't know what the problem is.
I mean, demand has been there. Yeah. Anything with the name Buffalo Trace on it, their demand is there.
We saw Buffalo Trace candles before,
right?
Yeah,
But anyways, it's finally in Arkansas. And we have it at Legacy, and we're very excited. It's
limited
stuff.
Release.
Right? Is it limited release?
I hadn't heard.
We got a few cases, and that was it.
It came in while we were out of town, so I didn't really know the story.
With a product like this, who knows when we'll get more? So just treat it as if that's all we'll get.
The interesting backstory is, it's always fun when the little man wins, right?
Right. I love to root for the underdog.
There is a global conglomerate, largest retail in the world. You might know who I'm talking about. Has headquarters in Arkansas. They were wanting this to come in just for them.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Just for them. They have one store in Arkansas, And anyway, pushback, and we have it. But
Yay.
we don't know how steady of a supply it's going to be as of yet.
Right.
TBD.
We've already had somebody come in who shops in another store and said their store was already out. I guess they didn't get as much as we did, so it's going quick already.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Definitely worth a try. Not to knock it, but I think my favorite is still our very own Rocktown.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Speaking of local, what have you got over there?
One of the topics for today on our board says Jake banned from Conway.
Oh yeah. Let's. I guess we're not going.
Oh, okay.
We can go in order.
We can totally.
I'll tell this little story and then we can.
I'm anxious to hear this. I have not heard it yet.
So I've mentioned it before. I play music around town. I play guitar and sing in a couple bands, and I have a little solo, smaller gig where I do covers. And the first gig at this bar in Conway, which is a town outside of Little Rock,
Faulkner County, which is dry.
Yeah. This was the first gig I played there through a mutual friend who is a cook there. It's a bar restaurant. There's a restaurant bar, and I played outside in this covered tent that had a furnace in there and was keeping it warm on a cold Friday night. Me and my friend Zach, we play there. It was a pretty chilled down show, again, because no drums. I didn't do some of the wilder songs that I play. I feel like I get a good feel for the audience, and it was we did a little bit more, country stuff, 70s stuff, acoustic style stuff. And again, wasn't crazy. The owner, I'm not going to name the place. I don't want to scratch him.
Right.
The owner met him and he seemed cool. He was outside for half the set, bobbing his head saying, "Oh yeah, you guys are doing great." And we, packed up my stuff at the end of the gig. Some of my family was there. They had a great time. We got good tips, good feedback. And I left. And on the way back, my, other guy who was there playing with me, Zach, he calls me. He's like, "Hey, I got our check. We got paid, but I've been told that we are never allowed to play here again."
What?
And I was like, "Wait, what? What happened?" He's like, "Well, when I went to get the check from the owner, he was very nice, complimentary, so he did a good job. And then his wife walked up and said, and she was being nice about it too, but you guys are just not a fit for us, and we're not going to have you back here again." It's like, okay, and apparently this bar is frequented by police officers, and maybe I played a rap song that has a line or two, or maybe I played a Rage Against the Machine song at the end that maybe the clientele just did not care for my stylings of covers. And again, there were no children there, and I wasn't dropping in a lot of F-bombs, but we were too rock and roll for this place. So live and learn. It's okay. Don't have any ill will towards them. I understand, but it was funny when we got done. We're like, "Oh yeah, we're never allowed to play there again."
I mean, they could have just not booked you instead of telling you.
Yeah, or gotten a heads up, to, hey, bring the PG version of your show.
Right.
Again, like I wasn't going crazy. I wasn't biting the head off a bat on stage. I was fully clothed.
Right, exactly.
No war sets.
Fun little story there, and we'll use that as a lesson maybe next time we play at a brand new place to feel it out first before we start letting go.
Questions.
Yeah, maybe ask some questions.
Well, speaking of, there is a new engagement. When's your Oyster Bar gig?
Yeah, I've got one date in March and one in April. I don't even know off the top of my head. I'll pump them closer it gets. But yeah, kind of the same deal. That'll be a restaurant with lots of people there to eat, and I'm probably going to really, really chill it down.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's a family establishment.
Just because the people are liking it doesn't mean maybe the ownership is sharing the same.
Yeah, right. It's like,
right. Well, and then there's you were telling me about a Vino's gig.
Oh, right.
As well.
Yeah. My new band, Two Shot Blondie, will be playing at Vino's February 18th, Saturday.
I'm excited about that.
It's going to be really fun.
Dude, I have not been to a show at Vino's in probably decades.
Some of the best pizza around, and all original music. It's really cool. Blues rock.
It's just a
girl lead singer.
Random thought about Vino's is, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but you can actually buy the pizza dough, like pre-made pizza dough.
Wow.
From Vino's, and then take it home and roll it out and make your own pizza. They've got it all prepped and ready. And so
their
really
calzones.
awesome.
I love their calzones.
Yeah, I hadn't had one of those in a long time.
So
let's
be on the lookout, everybody out there.
Right,
Come
yeah.
to Vino's on the 18th.
Yeah. We will thrash at Vino's.
Two-shot blondie.
Yeah, we'll keep everybody reminded.
That's February 18th?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
So cool. Next week.
Next weekend. Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
I need to put that on my.
Well, that'll be fun. So Jake got banned from Conway. Before we get into news, let's talk a little bit about. There's something about a football game this weekend.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl Sunday.
You have to call it the big game if you don't have the rights to it that year. I don't think our show is big enough to get a copyright cease and desist. But everywhere you see, get ready for the big game. They can't call it the Super Bowl.
Huh. I did not know that. So, tell us what you just poured.
Lost 40. We like Lost 40 around here. We've had some guests from Lost 40 on the show before. Out of Little Rock, Arkansas. This is the Dam Lake, D-A-M Lake, American Wheat Beer. It's going to be their newest release. Not even out yet, but again, one of the perks.
Oh, that's cool.
Right.
Look at that.
Okay, cool.
So a little American wheat. First time they're brewing it.
I haven't had a wheat in quite a while.
Ooh, it's good.
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
More full body than you think looking at it. It's nice.
You're right.
Creamy mouthfeel. Citrus.
Well done once again, Lost 40.
Yeah.
As always.
I dig it.
So was that
big Dam Lake of wheat beer?
Chop's bring this in for you?
Yeah. There's a couple more cans.
Johnny said he saw him.
Yeah, I saw him
earlier.
run through the store and back out.
Shout out, Chop.
Yeah.
Shout out, Chops. Thanks for the beer.
Thanks for the beer.
Cheers, we didn't toast.
Oh yeah.
Easy drinking.
So I assume that's probably already in the tap room.
I bet it is. Yeah, if it's in a can, I'm sure they're serving up there. 5.5% ABV. Yeah, again, easy drinking summer pounder. I think it's going to officially release in stores in March, maybe late February. So.
I will totally be getting that because I do like wheat beers.
Yeah,
that'll be hot this spring and summer. I am definitely sure of that.
Yeah.
So, where are we at now? Legislation is in session nationwide and right here at home in Arkansas. Just so many moving parts, so much to keep up with. And having been gone all of last week, I'm a little bit behind, but there are some interesting things that have popped up here in Arkansas legislature.
And we'll keep you guys, kind of posted as to what we see coming down the pike. We're not going to necessarily share an opinion on any of them. Just letting you know what's just being done. Yeah, just the facts.
Well, I planned on only talking about the ones I like.
Okay,
that'll work.
Well,
too.
then that'll tell you what our opinion is. If we don't talk about it, then you'll know.
There is a bill for 50 milliliter bottles, which is exciting.
Also known as airplane bottles.
Airplane bottles.
Yeah.
And it's funny because people have, ever since we've been in the business, people come in all the time. They want airplane bottles.
Yeah,
and
for years. Doing stocking stuffers, little gift bags.
Easter egg hunts.
Yeah.
And actually for the past 3 or 4 years, it's been talked about that somebody's going to run this bill, and they finally did. So I feel like it's probably a no-brainer. It's going to pass.
No-brainer.
Yeah,
a little background. So obviously different states have different Arkansas laws different alcohol laws when it comes to everything, every facet. And so people would come who are from out of state. They'd be visiting here. Why can't I buy an airplane bottle? The workaround the last few years has been, we can sell 50 milliliter bottles, just not individually. So you've seen packs, 10 packs, 12 packs, 6 packs of bottles. So you can't get them. But now the legislation is finally being written where you can just buy one, because it doesn't make any sense to not be able to buy one.
Well, and
if you could buy 10, why not?
The packs available to us here in Arkansas have been extremely limited.
We don't get to pick and choose.
Fireball Tito's.
Well, the suppliers don't want to have to fool with putting together 3-pack deals, of whatever Jack Daniels, to send out to just Arkansas.
Yeah,
and you go into Texas and go to Specs or any of the big stores there, Total Wine, and they've just got
they have like bins.
They have
full.
like bins out in the middle of the store.
You can just grab a handful.
And I'm like, that probably is not going to happen here.
I'm sure there's lots of shrinkage.
They're extremely
going on there.
Ours, I'm sure, will be behind the counter.
They're very pocket sized.
Yeah, even the smallest pocket.
But it's really cool though, because it's a great way to try something new.
Without having to buy a whole big old bottle. Yeah,
right. Yeah, and the availability. I mean, like pretty much anything under the sun comes in a 50 ml.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so stinking cute, those little bitty bottles.
So yeah, after we'll see how quickly if the bill passes,
right? Which we're assuming it will.
If the bill passes, then we'll see how quickly they start trickling in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. A lot the 100 mils we don't really necessarily have
a ton of
everything. Of 100 mils. I mean, it's kind of limited.
Mm-hmm. Flavored whiskeys, and brandies in 100 mil. People like.
There's something that you as a listener can do. You can reach out to your very own legislator and say you want this to pass. That's how it works, folks.
Keep an eye on these things and talk to your people.
Right. There is another bill to expand in-store tastings.
Is that out?
It's drafted.
We'll
more on that to come.
Yeah, please. We'll announce these as you can put out.
Not letting any cats out of the bag. I'm sorry, but so lots going on nationwide as well. Jake and I were talking yesterday about individual states trying to lower the legal limit from 0.08 to 0.05
vehicle.
Oh, so that's been talked about for a long time too. It's actually been any conference that we go to and that pertains to alcohol. It's always a topic of discussion. Adjusting those
drunk driving
laws.
Well, there's one in Washington right now, in Washington's legislator.
Yeah.
So we were very timely. I read that this morning, and we were just talking about it yesterday.
Yeah.
So what are they trying to do?
Drop it to 0.05.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which that's like a beer,
Wow. Every state's different. We visited Tennessee not too long ago. We went to the Smokies to see family and to go to a wedding, and our family said, be careful, because in Tennessee they don't just I think there's a mandatory 12 or 24 hours or something. You have to stay in jail if you get pulled over. And I'm like, woo, we're gonna be passing on that thing.
Some more bills across the nation. Virginia is trying to make businesses liable for death and injury on if someone gets killed after being in a bar or restaurant, or they kill someone. But oddly enough, it excludes wineries and wedding venues. It's just for like bars, restaurants, and grocery and liquor stores. Which it
specifically like it says excludes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's weird.
Sounds
someone's behind that.
Classic.
I've been to some weddings where I've seen some folks get pretty toasted.
But I can understand the logic behind it, but it's the only case where the retailer is held responsible. It's like, think about all the shootings. You don't go after the store that sold the gun,
right?
Right. I mean, I will say we do our part to make sure that we don't serve anyone that's obviously does not need served.
Yeah.
But
how in the hell would you be able to prevent somebody who comes in sober, goes out, slugs a fifth of whiskey
in the parking lot,
and then does something bad? Like, what did we have to do with the decision they made once they left the building?
Yeah. Once if they came in and they were fine, and they left the building and decided to turn it up in the parking lot and then leave and get an accident, that seems quite unfair that we would be responsible for that. But
right.
Obviously, that's not a situation that's going on in Arkansas, but in some states it is.
Yeah. So speaking of bars, this was interesting. Archaeologists in Iran found a 5,000-year-old tavern.
That's cool.
What?
Yeah,
that's cool.
They're doing some excavation and says that the refrigerator was still intact. I don't know if it was like some type of subterranean
that was buried.
I don't know. The article I read didn't really explain the refrigerator, but also the ovens still with food in them.
ancient
What?
alien technology to have a refrigerator 5,000 years
Right.
ago.
I'm sorry, where was this at again?
And
Iran.
Iraq. Did I say Iran? It was Iraq.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a there was an outdoor patio. There were benches. It was like it's an
What? That's
old
awesome.
pub, like 5,000-year old.
Wow.
Outdoor patio.
Yeah, I mean, and the unique thing about this village is like it wasn't wealthy and it wasn't slaves. It was
Right.
like the first middle class
Working
village
class,
that
yeah.
they've ever found, and it had a pub.
That's awesome.
So pretty cool, right?
Is there any pictures? Or I'm gonna
No,
go and research this.
I didn't have time to delve into it. Just read one article.
I'm
but
sure
yeah,
they were
I wanna-
drinking beer or some,
yeah,
the early, because
definitely.
I bet, they weren't making wine but back then.
And obviously cool beer since they had a refrigerator.
Right.
Right.
Cold beer here.
Yeah, cold beer. A big billboard in the street.
So, a little bit on beer. Anheuser-Busch owns Cutwater, and they are, it's by far the category leader now.
Cutwater?
Yeah,
Wow.
nationwide.
Huh.
By volume, I guess.
And they're about
Yeah.
to double their expenditures on advertising and promotion and all that. So,
Well,
Wow.
wait, you said Cutwater, isn't? I thought we said that was High Noons. That was the.
I mean,
Maybe it's by different metric,
This
is
is-
what I was saying, because
it could
Cutwater
be.
has more flavors. They have tons of.
tons more.
Well, aren't
So-
they spirit based?
Yeah.
Yeah, High Noon is too.
High Noons.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Well, so this says Cutwater has the number 1 and number 2 margarita, the top rum cocktail, and the top vodka cocktail.
Again, because High Noon doesn't have a margarita. They just
yeah.
do fruit flavors and not cocktail based.
Okay,
you
yeah.
know.
But
I guess they're more of a seltzer, and High Noons more cocktail.
Right.
we've
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we've talked
Wasn't it just-
talked
oh, yeah,
about
yeah.
RTDs. It's just expanding, blowing up.
I'm tired of talking about
Look for
RTD.
more of it to come. I mean, because they're breaking out the big guns.
Yeah, that's a train you can't stop from moving.
No, not at all.
until it runs off its own tracks.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
It'll happen.
Look at
It will happen
seltzers,
eventually. Yeah.
right?
I didn't mean to jump off Super Bowl. If we still wanted to talk about that, I just poured the beer and we quit.
Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah,
please, no, yeah. I mean, go ahead.
I love the Super Bowl. I don't even have a ride or die NFL team, which is, kind of a benefit of living in Arkansas where we don't have one. I like players that I root for. Some teams I'll root for 3 or 4 years, and then stuff will change. I like Tom Brady. I like to root for the Patriots for a while. When I was a kid, I liked the Vikings and the Titans. Anyway, I have people over every year for the Super Bowl. Not a huge get together, but close friends, and that's my day of the year where I am the chef, host. I love doing it. I'll pick weird, kind of recipes to test my cooking mettle throughout the year, and I'll have a menu. I'll be prep cooking and doing, kind of fun things to do. So I won't just do buffalo wings and pizza and dip like this year. Are you ready for this?
Oh boy.
I'm making my own garlic confit puff pastry
Yeah.
to then do a feta and potato puff pastry thing.
Awesome. That
I'm
sounds
doing air fried pork belly, crispy pork belly, and then I'm doing Philly cheesesteaks for the Philadelphia Eagles being there. That's what's said on the menu. I think I'm going to add 1 or 2 more things. Before.
So I'm going to.
Somehow we
one thing
didn't
we
get
were gonna-
that invitation.
Right. I didn't hear about this.
Well, consider it
Yeah.
your invitation right now. Zoe did ask. She's like, would they want to come? I was like, they don't give a damn about
No.
football,
We
but-
don't. We don't care about the football. We do like the parties.
Yeah.
We like to watch the commercials.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Halftime shows Rihanna.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Any excuse to have a get together.
Yeah. So y'all come by.
Yeah,
Someday.
we might do that.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we're not busy,
We'll try to fit it in.
Yeah. So one of the things that as you're talking about food, one of the things we experienced when we were in Austin, we went to this restaurant called
Oh my god.
Abba. It was a Mediterranean restaurant. It was amazing. It's probably some of the best food I've had in a long time. And one of the things that they had was it was an appetizer, I guess. There was a bunch of different shareable plates and stuff, but they had this.
These Brussels
Brussels
sprouts
sprouts,
were
thank you.
off the chain.
They were.
I love Brussels sprouts when they're done really well.
Oh,
But
my
they,
God.
I asked them, how they made them, and I've got to dig into it a little bit further. But they flash fry them, and then they pull them out. I mean, they're like crispy,
Crispy,
dark
yeah,
crispy, and
yeah.
they drizzle them with
Honey.
Olive oil?
like a honey and
So
almond.
damn good.
It was
Man,
stupid. It
sounds
was
good.
So,
There was like it's kind of family style shareable portion. So it's, a hefty bowl full of them.
Yeah.
And the three of us just devoured it.
Yeah, we were not even starving. But we could not. There was not going to be a morsel of that stuff left in the bowl.
Their little falafels had a jalapeno tzatziki. It was just so damn. I mean, everything was so good about this place. It was good cocktails.
Next time you're in Austin, we highly recommend going to this restaurant. It was
ABA.
Yep,
ABBA.
You couldn't figure out which one it was.
Well, he asked if it was ABBA. I don't think.
Right.
Was it ABBA?
ABBA.
But yeah, very good. Really good espresso martinis as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those
we had a good time.
Delicious. So one more article I wanted to talk about. This is kind of infuriating. There is
the time.
Go all over.
You can get this article.
Well, I'll make it quick. Yeah. Russia plans on sidestepping all the tariffs. And
how are they planning to do this?
Well, let me tell you, through Turkey, China, and Kazakhstan, they're gonna hundreds of thousands of bottles of Johnny and Macallan and all these big brands that Diageo said no, you can't have because of their invading of Ukraine.
Sure,
they're just gonna get them from another country, and like I said, Jack Daniels, Malibu, all these big brands that they've been cut off from.
They're going to have to bootleg them.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They're going to bootleg in. And
it is what it is, I guess.
Oddly enough, surprisingly enough, Diageo was unavailable for comment.
Yeah. I don't know that there's anything they can do at this point, if they're sidestepping.
Yeah. I mean, So tis what it is.
That's what it is. It sucks though.
We can't even get Macallan, but
maybe we can get some from China,
right? Call it Turkey. Well, Turkey, they've had that huge earthquake. I just got a news update. Terrible. Over 20,000 dead.
Oh my Lord!
Keep those folks in your thoughts because they've got a big mess.
That's awful.
Yeah.
So
they could be using a drink right now.
Yeah. You betcha. All right, folks. We'll see you next time. Keep on sipping.
Thanks for joining.
Remember to subscribe to our podcast, Sips on the Rock, and like us on all the socials to keep up with what's new in the wide world of alcohol. Shop LegacyLR.com for curbside pickup or local delivery. Remember, for better service and better selection, shop local. Please enjoy responsibly. Cheers.